think that's what she sound like. Sorry.
I can only see from like a little screen, so I'm like, "Oh, I'm back up, brethren."
Oh, brother, back up, brother. You don't want any trouble, brother.
I can only see from like a little screen, so I'm like, "Okay, that was not." I'm back up. There we go. There we go. Now if I could just grab the headphones. Yes.
I'm just out here acting a straight fool on a Saturday.
What is going on here?
Saturday.
Let's get our lives together. There we go.
And I go out, I'm like, that crown right there, that's my crown. And you don't even realize it yet, because I'm going to smash you when we get to this show. That didn't come out right. I was trying to do that Roman promo when he was doing that to Brock. And
Oh, I can't even put the headphones on. I don't even know why I even tried that stupid stuff.
y'all see what I'm saying.
See, look at me being childish.
No Gambino.
Now, how can I get to hear you again? Because now I messed up the audio.
Sound like he writing a love letter. How can I get to hear you again? My name is Izzy.
There we go. There we go.
Crown on my head.
Okay. Now I can formally do this. Jesus Christ. Hello all, and welcome to the Heel Turn Podcast. I'm your host, Isaiah Jackson Jr. Devin Lee Crimes alongside me. Devin, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good today.
That was the most robotic response. Dang, I thought I was talking to Bobby Lashley. Dang.
Boom, boom. See, I wasn't gonna do it, but
see, and only people from YouTube would know. Then we're live on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. For the people that don't know, Devin's tomfoolery before we start the show ends up on YouTube. Doesn't end up on Wild 110. Doesn't end up on the radio. Shout out to Wild 110. Doesn't end up on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all the other streaming platforms you can listen to us at. But Devin, I don't even know where to start today. First off, why do I got this crown on my head? Because Devin claims that he is the all-knowing WWE, fan. He's the all-knowing. His wrestling history goes far few because it just tops everybody. He's a legend out here. So I found some quizzes for him. I got some questions for him at the end of the show. I want to test this man. Now these questions ain't gonna be too hard. These questions are from I think Ruthless Aggression era on up. I'm not gonna go. There'll probably be a few Attitude Era questions in there, but they're not gonna go anywhere, past that. But Devin ain't winning this. I'm sorry. If anything, out of the 10 questions that I'm gonna pick out of, I'll give him 7 out of 10.
all this go.
So, and these are at random. These are 101 wrestling quiz questions. So I'm just gonna scroll down and pick the good ones. So that's what we're going for in this show. At the very end, no dream match. We're testing Devin's WWE knowledge because this is Saturday. This is the weekend, Memorial Day weekend. We're taking it one day at a time. It's smooth, cool, calm, collected. We're keeping it chill on the wrestling news. We just want to talk a little bit wrestling on a Saturday afternoon. Devin, Riddle and Nakamura is your new tag team. Your new tag team and Raw on WWE Raw. Shinsuke Nakamura is pretty much replacing Randy Orton, and then going against the Usos, taking your bloodline love aside. How do you feel about their tag team? How do you feel about them joining forces?
With the bloodline love to the side, it makes literally it's one of my grapes. It's another just put together tag team instead of just building the actual tag team division. You just take 2 single guys and be like, oh, you got problems with him? You got problems? Team up. And that defeats the whole purpose of what tag teams are supposed to be. Because I'll never look at a team of Riddle and Nakamura and believe that they can take on the Usos. I'm sorry. In a tag team environment, the Usos are brothers. There's chemistry already there. Nakamura and Riddle, they just together just because. So I'm not no. It's when I seen Riddle come out, I was just like, I guess he want to get whooped again.
It's sad. It's sad because Shinsuke was getting his ass beat by the Usos, by Roman himself, and now he's the new Cesaro. He's the new Cesaro. You ain't got nothing to do with Shinsuke. Throw him in the tag team. Shinsuke, how many? Rick Boogs was this? He wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Rick Boogs being healthy. Rick Boogs got injured because of the bloodline, not because of them, but it was a freak accident. But when you're looking at things like that, Shinsuke's bouncing tag team to tag team. He get a solid singles run. He's losing to the champion. He's not gaining no momentum. He's just there to put somebody else over. New Cesaro. Do you agree with me?
I fully agree with you, actually. I hate to because I hate for him to become that, but that's all he's been doing. It's really, where's he gonna go? Besides, unless he gonna film some more truck commercials.
Yeah, exactly. It's sad. It's literally sad. And now he's teamed up with Riddle. Riddle, obviously, we're gonna expect Randy to come back sometime soon. I'm assuming that he's getting a little vacation time. He's relaxing himself. He's getting elderly, so he's probably gonna work out his new contract, with WWE when his contract is up. So when you're looking at stuff like that, Riddle, he's good. He's gonna be good on his own. Ain't nobody worried about that. He'll probably put Roman over. He'll probably have to lose to Roman at some point in time. But do you think Riddle is gaining anything from this tag team with Shinsuke?
Not at all. To really bounce from one tag team to another tag team, kind of just not necessarily undermine your last tag team, but it makes it really, for the run that RK Bro was on, I wouldn't have just hopped to another team like that. I would have tried to just fend for myself or something. Like, hey, my partner down, but I'm still here. But no, let me go hop to SmackDown and your partner injured too. Hey, be my partner. No, it's
sad.
It's whack. It's sad.
It's getting, and their tag team division is already hot dog water. The tag team division ain't doing much of nothing at all. It's getting dry. The tag team division needs some help. Obviously, the women's tag team division needs help, and everybody's freaking out. That's the one thing I didn't understand. And Naomi and Sasha, they got suspended without pay. Yeah, that's what the suspension is, ain't it? They're not gonna pay you for getting in trouble. You got in trouble. It's not the end of the world. So yeah, all tag team divisions need some help. The Usos have just been murdering everybody. The Viking Raiders had to go down to NXT 2.0. Dominic and Ray had to disappear. They're getting their ass beat by Veer. Veer's not eating. Yeah, Veer's beating them up. I stopped myself. I had to stop. It wasn't going to sound right. I had to stop myself. I was hoping you ain't catch it. I was hoping somebody just heard it in the radio sphere. Somebody was listening to it and tried to just ignore it. Well, look, yeah, Veer's been doing that to him. So it's just, when you're looking at the tag team division, it's just awful. Nothing's going on, nothing's happening. Riddle and Shinsuke, they're not gonna last long. You're not gonna do nothing with them. I don't think Shinsuke smokes the cannabis, So it's gonna be, it's helping nobody.
Breaking up as a tag team because of that.
Right, exactly. Exactly. So it really doesn't make no sense. Another thing that doesn't make no sense is Tony Khan taking shots at WWE over their Money in the Bank move, obviously. And if you don't know that WWE is moving Money in the Bank from the Las Vegas Allegiant Stadium to the MGM Grand Garden Arena, excuse me. And for the Allegiant Stadium, that's obviously where the Las Vegas Raiders play. That's a stadium. And it looks like they're going to a smaller venue because of obviously it's going to be lower sales. That's what we expect. So Tony Khan tweeted out yesterday, one of my favorite days included a great visit with fans plus media, a trip to LA for the most fulfilling meeting of my life with a WBD leadership, dinner with my dad and Dana White, where I got to break the news to Dana White about Money in the Bank moving to the MGM. Today at Rampage on TNT. G is moved by Dana White, trying to take on No, genius move trying to take on Dana White and the UFC in Vegas during International Fight Week. See you tonight on Friday Night on Rampage. Because he always has to plug the show. So Dana White, obviously, there's a huge UFC event going on. That's where Dana White's literally the king of Vegas when you think about it. Like every time UFC is having these big programs, these big events, it's usually in Vegas. That's usually where, even when you go to Vegas, you just see all the fight cards on the billboards. Like it's huge. So obviously Dana White's going to take over Vegas. Vince McMahon has to move to a smaller venue. I don't see what the problem is. Vince McMahon, look, I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep rambling, Devin. I'm gonna let you talk. I'm sorry. But when you're looking at it from a business standpoint, even though he's going to a smaller venue, there's still millions of people live streaming on Peacock, millions of people paying the pay-per-view, millions of buys, millions of streams, more than what, no offense to AEW, what Tony Khan's gonna have at Double or Nothing. Double or Nothing, obviously, you have to pay $60 for it. And they're not having Double or Nothing in no stadium. AEW is not ready for a state. They're doing stadium stampedes, but there's no. Can you see WWE doing not WWE, AEW and Soldier Field? AEW selling out Soldier Field, the United Center. They can't, and I don't think they can sell out the United Center. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And that's in WWE. I went to a WWE event in Indianapolis. They didn't even sell out. If you think AEW is gonna sell out, and that's Bankers Life Field where the Pacers play. If you think the AEW is selling out, but I'm done. That's my take on it. I just don't think it's. Do you think WWE moving venues was a big deal?
It wasn't a big deal at all. I mean, it may be a big deal to whoever was planning on going that purchased tickets. Now they got to go through the whole process of trying to get tickets for, this next venue, if they choose to still want to go. That's the only people. Other than that, it's not a big deal at all. Look at it. It's money in the bank. It's money in the bank we're talking about. Now, we're looking at this going WrestleMania. They're going to be in SoFi Stadium. But now they got to move to Madison Square Garden or something like that. Then we would be a little worried because that's the biggest show of the year, and you can't even draw enough tickets to fill up a stadium. That's when it would be a big deal. But it's money in the bank we're talking about. That's WWE just trying to experiment, trying to see what other event besides like their big, I believe it's 4 or 3 events that they can make, into a big stadium show. Like they just had SummerSlam at Allegiant Stadium last year. That makes sense. SummerSlam's your second biggest show. It was headlined with John Cena versus Roman. That makes sense. And you got some Survivor Series and Royal Rumble. So I mean, if any other pay-per-view in between, like Money in the Bank, for instance, I mean, it was nothing wrong with them trying to shoot for that, But at the same time, I mean, they were gonna have another stadium show with SummerSlam right after Money in the Bank. So I mean, to have 2 stadium shows back to back, that's pretty crazy. But you can't blame them for at least trying, and it's not, like I said, if it was WrestleMania or SummerSlam, then I'd be like, oh, shoot, they can't even draw enough for that. But it's Money in the Bank. It's nothing. And Tony Khan being all, hey, guys, guess what? WWE had to move. Like, really? It's just, can you focus on your stuff? While y'all was talking, was you talking about what you going to do with your stuff? I'm saying, did you, like you, Tony Khan? But
all right, I don't know. You're impressing me. Is you answer the damn question? I'm Tony Khan. Like, I wish I knew too. Like, dang. He's like, I'm trying to ask Tony Khan some questions too. One of the questions I got for Tony Khan is why. Number one, we understand before I ask this question. These wrestlers are getting paid, and they're independent contractors. For WWE, they can only specifically work for WWE. For AEW and other wrestling promotions, you can work anywhere you want. So in saying that, Jon Moxley, after all the foolishness we were talking about yesterday with GCW, Joey Janela setting his foot on fire, super kicking people, death matches, how unnecessary they are, Jon Moxley will be returning to GCW. And now they doesn't say who's he's fighting or what's going on. But Blake Christian posted out the home state boy calling out the champ It looks like Jon Moxley is going to be fighting in GCW. Not to say we're expecting any heavy violence, drinking blood and spitting on the elderly. Like, what do you think this Jon Moxley match is going to be? And do you think it's a great idea for him to be still in this death match? To be a part of these death match type of matches, to where even where you're still connected with AEW, that can still affect your career in a way. They can still affect your AEW career, I should say.
It does in a way like we watch him on a regular AEW programming, and obviously he's not going to be doing death match type of things every week. But to see him currently with the AEW program and also doing this as well, it's just, that's the one. You see somebody doing something there, you're expecting that's what they do. Say if he was only he only wrestled exclusively to GCW, then we would be used to seeing him in these crazy death matches and stuff on fire and everybody screaming, all that good stuff. But to go from that to AEW, where you're on weekly television, you're on just this big platform. Obviously, you're not gonna be doing that every week. That's it. It doesn't necessarily hurt what doing it, but it's just that whole perception of him having to probably change his style of how he can present himself in terms of his in-ring action to both. Obviously, it's two different landscapes you're trying to appeal to, different crowds you're trying to appeal to. While it's I don't know. I mean, you can look at it like it won't be an issue, but at the same time, it's just like I said, those are two. It's not like you're going from AEW, then sometimes you appear on like Impact, to have a match. But GCW, like I said, that's a Pacific, wild, out of control type of feel versus what you see on weekly AEW television. I mean, that's saying something comparing it to AEW.
I was with you all the way until like the very end, just because I feel like AEW and GCW kind of have a similar crowd. Where they would love to. I feel like AEW just has it a little bit more organized. It's organized. It's more money into it, so it's gonna look nice when Darby Allin hits a swanton, on top of Jeff Hardy and some chairs. GCW doesn't have that much money to where you're setting your foot on fire and you kick it now. Oh wait, we didn't think this through. How do we get this out? Oh my God, somebody saved my foot. Jesus, it's like one of them. Tony Khan, the money isn't there, the people isn't there, the resources isn't there to do that in an organized way. GCW has all the equipment, it's just not organized. It's just no money into it. I think AEW has the money to do it in a more organized way. They have more deals to where they can't do it, all the way. But we're seeing women's hardcore matches. We're seeing men's hardcore death match. All the foolishness that Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega brought over. We're seeing all this. I just think it's a little bit more organized than, I'm not even going to say safer, because they still look like they're trying to murder each other. So it's weird.
Well, see, the only slight difference I was really giving was like how, in terms of potential audience, whereas like AEW, it's not. I mean, not only the people who are watching, people that are there, but also, what could be put on the network like that. Like, I'm just saying, like, it's things in GCW that probably can occur and be allowed to happen that AEW probably could never. Not saying they could never, but they got other, higher ups that, overlook what they're doing, is what I'm trying to say. That's where I'm like, that little, it's obviously going to be boundaries you can't cross. And if you do, you can ruffle, whatever. That's really the only difference I was giving. Like, they are both kind of the same appeal in terms of crowds, but like just one has a bit more hands holding it up. Hitting it up.
Yeah, the talent.
My best way of trying to describe higher ups.
Yeah, I mean, the talent wise too is huge difference. The thing is, you just don't want to see, especially you're in a great trio, like they say in AEW, with Bryan Danielson and Wheeler Yuta, and then you got your other fellow friends and Eddie Kingston and Santana and Ortiz and everybody else. You are in a good position. You can literally hurt whatever match you're going into. We don't know what match he's trying to do, but he was also GCW champion for a grip. I believe he still is. I don't know. I believe he still is. Matter of fact, let's do some research. Let me see. I'm gonna keep talking because I'm really interested. If he's still GCW champion, I think there's a huge problem. Like it's because
at some point.
Yeah, because even then, like, aren't you supposed to? You should have been dropped it because we're not showing it. You're not even showing it on TV. We ain't seen you hold it in AEW.
I don't know if I want somebody walking around with my championship. They not going to at least take it to the other place.
He still has his belt.
Oh wow. Well, maybe hopefully this match is him dropping it. Because
Jon Moxley, September. He's held this for 266 days. Did you even know he had this title?
Well, he don't carry it unless he probably has GCW.
He won it off of Matt Cardona, who held it for only 42 days.
Dang.
Yeah, again with the Matt Cardona. Well, then again, Matt Cardona is actually going crazy in NWA, so I can't be mad at that. This is just wow. So obviously, he has no reason but to go back there.
It's just to be the champion of the whole entire, promotion.
The whole entire thing. You can't even wear the belt. You can't show it off.
You could at least hold it on his shoulder or something.
There has to be some rule. There has to be some rule that we don't know about. There has to be some type of Warner Brothers, AEW type of deal stipulation that goes in between that, because I don't know. One thing moving forward, we're going forward to Jeff Jarrett, because Jeff Jarrett is back with the WWE. PWI Insider reported that on Friday, he returned as a high-level executive, on the live event side of the business. So it might be a little decent change, going around. And with the absence of Stephanie McMahon, Devin, how do you feel about this Jeff Jarrett move, seeing the big man coming back to the WWE?
I see that as a good move. And I put it this way. I never been to like big, pyro crazy WWE shows. I've been to, you've been there too with me. The regular little live event shows like the one at the Civic Center. And I'm just saying, by just footage of what I see, that always looks like a really kind of intimate, fun. And I say intimate because on TV, obviously, they're trying to work around with everything being on TV. But it's more like you see more engaging, more freedom in a way in the matches. And basically what I'm trying to put together. Live events look like they lit. They look like they're really fun, great shows. And you adding Jeff Jarrett to that mix, I can't see where you would go wrong. I can't see him taking that what I'm like how I see it now, how great it is. I can't see that would being nothing but a big improvement. Adding old Jeff Jarrett back into the mix.
Yeah, exactly. And as long as he's not coming out here hitting people with guitars, I'm cool.
Look, I said, bring out the guitar. You don't want to see it.
Exactly. That's literally all. I just don't bring out no type of guitars. Just do everything behind the scenes. Just do a great job behind the scenes. I love you. We love you. I promise you. Like, well, all in all, I think it's really cool. I think it's really cool. Devin, are you ready? Are you ready for me to quiz your WWE knowledge?
Yeah, I'm ready. Crack the joints, get the neck rolling.
These are all at random. There's 10 questions. My guess is that you'll get probably 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. That's that's where I'm going at. Matter of fact, let me drop that down because I have zero faith in you. 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10 is what I give Devin. But I'll start you off with a curveball. Question 1. Name the diva who has the same first and last name.
Oh, Kelly.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's 1 on you. Yeah, I guess that's fine. What year did WrestleMania officially debut?
1983.
Ooh, he was close. 1985.
Oh, yeah, that does make sense. Dang.
Oh, dang, he tried to question me. You a liar.
Because I had to, I had to think, because it's like weird, because every time you have an inaugural, it's always like, they always land on WrestleMania always landing at 4 of a decade, like 14, 2004, 94. But I digress.
I was like, dang.
Crap.
Now, question number 3. You're what? 1-1. 1 for 2. Oh, what year did Ric Flair retire from the WWE?
2008.
Yes, sir. 2008. Wait, 2 or 3? 2 or 3. You know what? You're doing better than I thought you would. Doing better than I thought you was. Curveball. Have all the songs John Cena's career has out of all the songs in John Cena's career and John Cena's rap songs, he has rapped. True or false? All of his interest music has been rapped by John Cena. True or false?
True.
Yes, sir. That's 3 or 4.
Basic thugonomics. Okay.
You know what? Can I fail him for that? Can I fail him for that?
Over excessive celebration.
All right. I'm like, Jesus Christ. What's that? 3 or 4 now? You're 3 or 4? Question number 5. Question number 5. Which former member of the Shield is the only one to not hold the Intercontinental Championship?
Seth Rollins.
You alive? It's Dean Ambrose.
Oh, that's right. That is right. Yeah, that was. I had a story in my head about him with a championship, and I thought that was the one. That's another. That was the United States, I think. Yeah. Okay. You got me.
It's cool. It's cool.
I don't know why I said something. You know what? I'll move on. I'm human.
It's okay. I'm looking. I got you. This is question number 6. You're 3 or 5. At which WrestleMania did The Rock debut?
The Rock. WrestleMania 13.
You're right. You're 4 of 6. You're 4 of 6. You know what? You're killing this. I think you are. I think you're automatically doing better than. Yeah, I said you was gonna get 6 of them. So let me scroll through these. Let me find some harder questions. Let me see. Who is the oldest WWE champion? This is question number 7. Who is the oldest WWE champion?
Vince McMahon.
Yeah. 5 of 7. 5 of 7 on a roll right now.
What player was so good?
Question number 8.
Composure.
Who is the first African American to hold? Who is the first African American to hold a world title? This is actually they left a word here. Who was the first African American to hold a women's world champion? Hold a women's title. And that's in the WWE.
WWE. Was it Jack? Hold on. Yeah. What? Yeah. Wasn't it Jacqueline?
You said Jacqueline?
Yeah.
Yes, it was. 6 or 8.
I never doubted myself. Look at that.
This man, I never doubted myself.
Never doubted myself for a second there.
This man never doubted myself. I seen this man sweating. What these questions are getting weird. Yeah, this question doesn't make any sense. This is question number 9, 6 of 8. That's the same question. That's the same. That's a freaking layup. I'm like, that's like, it just didn't mean that one was just too easy. I'm not trying to make you win this. Let me see. 6 or 8 right now. So far, so good. So far,
boy, killing it.
So far, so good. Oh wow. What did APA stand for? This is question number 9.
APA stood for. I'll put it like this.
I put it like this. Like you gonna explain it to me. Here's how they came up with it.
It's tough because I know the last 2, but I can't think of the first one. Okay, I know it's protection in there, and I believe Agency is in there. Dang, AB, what the heck is the first A for? What, American Protection Agency?
Acolytes Protection Agency.
You know what? I remember that. We all gotta, miss sometimes.
That's crazy.
Even Michael Jordan missed some of his shots, right?
Even wow. This is I'm gonna say that for a bonus question, just in case you get this one wrong, because right now you're 6-9. This is the last one. Matter of fact, I'll ask you this, and if you get it wrong, but this wrestler, a top wrestler back in 2013, says, "I'm not the biggest, I'm not the strongest, but I damn sure is the toughest." Whose words was that? What wrestler said that in 2013?
2013. 2013. Dang, who said that? Let me see. I'm not the biggest. I'm not the. He say strongest.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest. I'm not the strongest, but I damn sure is the toughest.
Daniel Bryan.
Wow. Yeah. Daniel Bryan.
I just had to think because all the stuff he went through from that 2013, 2014, like the whole, whatever they were calling him.
Wow, you got 7 out of 10. You got 7 out of 10. Here, I'll give you a bonus one just because I said you was gonna get 7 out of 10. Then I said, you know what, I had no faith in you. So let's see if you could break the 7 out of 10. How many WrestleMania matches did Steve Austin have?
Steve Austin has at WrestleMania. Let's see. Like I got this. I'm at the free throw line. I got this. I want to say, it's right there. Crap. I want to say he has 8.
Final answer?
Yes.
He had 7.
Wait. But wait, did they get?
You got he just had a recent one. You pulled that one out of your man.
What you mean I pulled it out of my butt?
I feel like you did not watch this year's WrestleMania.
I did.
I feel like you did. I'm looking at your face right now. YouTube, look at this guilty man face. Look at this. I wish radio had some type of live stream. We could watch this. This man, you see the sweat coming down this man's face? This man, no, he didn't think about this year's WrestleMania.
I promise you I did. See, man, it's rigged.
This was rigged. Yeah, this was rigged.
I'm gonna get on Twitter and be like, I seen it for myself.
You know what, Devin? I underestimated you. I underestimated your recent knowledge, but I do have a question. Do you think you could go way back? You think you could go farther than that? I'm talking 90s, 80s a little bit.
Yeah, I think I can. I don't even think I can. I know I can. Shoot.
Fine, we'll try it out next week. We just wanted to have a little bit of fun today. There's going to be an AEW review. A prediction. My bad. It ain't no review. It's just going to be a prediction. It might even be a spoiler, depending on how I'm doing. But my AEW review is going to come out, I believe, tonight. I'm going to record it after this. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm not gonna let Devin close out the show because who wants to listen? And I'm just playing. Devin, is there anything you want to say before you close out the show?
I was about to say, after I just proved my WWE knowledge, I still can't get no acknowledgement out of here. I see why Roman be choking people, man. Dang, it's like you got to tell people about 4, 5, 7 times to acknowledge you. And it's like, dang, if you just acknowledge me, we wouldn't even be in this position now, will we? Ladies and gentlemen, you seen it here first. This is not a gimmick. I am not playing the character. I am the character. Okay?
You could even say it straight.
Look at this. See? That's how y'all know it's me. Y'all know that's me. Look at that. I got that WWE knowledge. I'm giving it to y'all every, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever day of the week, it's all here. It's all here. And it's Saturday. It's pretty nice outside, so I ain't gonna be long. I know I say that, and I actually mean it this time. Back to my co-host, the man with the Burger King crown on that didn't believe in me, but it's all good because all we need is ourselves. Isaiah Jackson Jr.
Thank you. Man, I'm pretty sure the music has ended already, but you know, I'm gonna make it to where we just bought a new mixer. I'm gonna make it to where we can actually play some music. We can actually get our stuff in.
Yeah,
I'm not putting that. Well, True Colors is being worked on right after the AEW review. It's gonna be a long day. Tomorrow, we're gonna have something planned for y'all. Hopefully, True Colors will come out Monday. We're gonna look to push that on Monday. So be on the lookout for that. Thank you so much for listening. And we'll see you guys next time.